Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Amit Education. So today we solve the paper of physical education that is conducted today. So let's start. So this paper is of 70 mark. Okay, so first we start with the MCQ portion, section A. So the first question is, which of the following is the next step after the planning the sports events? For that we already हमने एक बार पहले हमने किया था पोस्ट ऑफिस दिल्ली कैपिटल. सो प्लानिंग, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, स्टाफिंग, डायरेक्टिंग, कंट्रोलिंग. तो सेकंड स्टेप इज द ऑर्गेनाइजिंग. Second question is, so the answer of the this one is option D. Okay, next one, space is an event to showcase children and the youth abilities and the prowess on the sports field. It means कि जो बच्चे होंगे वो अपना आपके उनके एबिलिटीज़ को शो कर पाएंगे. सो एबिलिटीज़ को शो बेसिकली हम कहाँ करते हैं स्टूडेंट? स्पोर्ट्स डे में करते हैं. सो आंसर सी इज द राइट वन फॉर द क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. This question is little confusion for the many student. So corrective exercise should be done under a space advice and the supervision. की जो एक्सरसाइज हमें करनी चाहिए वो किसके साथ में करनी चाहिए? तो सबसे पहला जो आंसर होगा इसमें दैट इज़ फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट के साथ में करना चाहिए. एंड फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट के साथ में और कौन सकता है? फिजिशियन यहाँ पे नहीं हो सकता. सपोज फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट है और आप ग्राउंड में अगर आपको कुछ इशू आ जाता है तो आपको हेल्प कौन करता है? फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर. सो ऑप्शन बी इज द राइट वन, फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर और द फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट. सो फॉर ऑप्शन क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, सी इज द राइट वन, बी इज द राइट वन. Question number 4. This question is also little tricky. If you have the proper knowledge of the acronym of the asanas, so you can easily do. So in this one, option B, I can tell you directly answer. Option B is the right one. Dhanurasan, Bhujangasana and the Halasana is the right answer in that. Question number 5. Gagan wants to prevent himself from the asthma and the hypertension. Identify the asanas to prevent him from the lifestyle disease. So for that we did the many asanas and we also provide you the acronym for this chapter. So like we have the many acronym for that. So for this, option B is the right one, Supt Vajrasan and the Vakrasan. So these two asanas are the common in the asthma and the hypertension. This is picture based question. So Yog Mudra, Dhanurasan, admission wrong one, Uttan Mandukasan. द सेम पोस्चर के अंदर हम मंडूकासन करते हैं. द मीनिंग ऑफ उत्तन इज स्ट्रेच. तो हम अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में क्या करते हैं? स्ट्रेच करेंगे. सो दैट्स वाई फॉर द क्वेश्चन नंबर 6, ऑप्शन सी इज द राइट वन. दिस इज फॉर द VI स्टूडेंट, सो वी स्किप दिस क्वेश्चन. नेक्स्ट वन इज, which of the following competition was organized by the Goodman at the 1940 London Olympics for the disabled person? I think you know that the Paralympic started in the 1960, but before that as a demonstration स्टोक मैंडवेली के अंदर गेम स्टार्ट हुए थे. द नेम ऑफ दैट गेम इज स्टोक मैंडवेली गेम्स एंड द फर्स्ट गेम दैट स्टार्टेड दैट इज व्हील चेयर कॉम्पिटिशंस. क्वेश्चन नंबर 8, द ओथ, let me win but if I cannot win, let me brave in the attempt. So for this oath is related to the Special Olympics. Next one, match the following. So how we solve this? Simple. प्रोटीन इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द रिपेयर बॉडी सेल्स. सो ए का क्या हो गया? थर्ड. अब यहाँ पे आपको चेक करना है कि ए के साथ में थर्ड कौन सा रहेगा. तो ये वाला जो ऑप्शन है, ऑप्शन सी, अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगा. ए का 3. कार्बोहाइड्रेट गिव यू द इंस्टेंट एनर्जी. सो इट मीन्स आपका यहाँ पे कार्बोहाइड्रेट गिव यू मीन्स द मेन सोर्स ऑफ द एनर्जी. सो बी का 1. हेल्प्स इन ट्रांसपोर्टिंग द फैट सोल्यूबल विटामिन 4 एंड रफेज आर द negligible source of the energy. So 3142. 3142 is the D is the right answer of this question. So 9 का right answer क्या होगा? Option number D. Which of the following is the correct regarding the basal metabolic rate? So BMR. So BMR is the responsible, like the definition of BMR is to maintain the calories required by the body in any condition or the minimum calories required to sustain the life. So if we go with the option D, you check it's the number of calories needed to maintain the body function. That's true. इट में बीएमआर का मीनिंग क्या होता है कि हमें मिनिमम कैलोरी जो चाहिए होती है बॉडी को सस्टेन करने के लिए, रेस्ट में भी द बॉडी ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्ड द कैलोरीज. सो ऑप्शन डी इज द राइट आंसर. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. Which of the following is the long term effect of exercise on the respiratory system? So according to me, like residual volume increases is the right answer of this question, because respiratory rate increases wo at the time of the short term effect, stroke volume increases. Okay, so rate of exchange is also the short time. So according to me, residual volume is the right answer. And if you have the different answer, so we have to just wait for the official answer key. Question number 12. When an object or body is moving at the constant velocity with no change in speed or direction, it is dynamic equilibrium. True. A cyclist in the motion or the body position maintained by a sprinter on the track while running are example of dynamic equilibrium. True. And जो statement यहाँ पे given है, definition given है, definition का यहाँ पे example given है, it means option number A is the right one. They both are linked to each other. Okay, question number 13. Again match the following from chapter number 8. Pushing a chair, sliding friction, means A is 1. C waves, C means water. In water, fluid friction is applied, means 3. Moving heavy stationary object, so stationary means static, C 4. Skating means rolling friction. So 1 3 4 2. 1 3 4 2 means option number C is the right one. Which of the following statement is the correct regarding the lever fulcrum? Fulcrum. What is the fulcrum? Fulcrum is situated at the any place. In first class, lever is situated in the center and 2 and 3 situated in the either side. So we identify the lever with the help of the fulcrum. So it is the point at which the lever rotates. So option C is the right one. Next one, question number 15. Action and the response of two athletes may be differ during a match situation. Yes, दोनों के एक्शन अलग हो सकते हैं. Personality is the combination of an individual thought, characteristics, behavior, attitude, and the habits. So true, both are true, but I think they don't relate to each other. So option B is the right one. 16. Shweta is overstressed and anxious and she is preparing for her NEET exam. Which of the following suitable reason for her to exercise? Develop physical strength? No. Mental exertion? Yes. Socialization? No. Reduce the risk of disease? No. Because usko stress, overstress, that is related to the mental and the anxiety. So option number B is the right one. For the 17, which of the following is not the correct regarding the training cycle in sports? A mesocycle is termed as the medium duration of the training. It is true. हमें ढूंढना है not जो correct नहीं है. Duration of a microcycle is 3 to 10 days. Yes, true. Duration of the mesocycle is 3 to 6 weeks. True. Macrocycle has a minimum duration of training. No. Macrocycle has the maximum duration of training. So option number D is the right one. Which of the following type of endurance is classified according to the nature of the activity? Endurance is divided into two portions: nature of the activity and the duration of the activity. On the nature of activity is of three types: general, basic, specific. So question is टाइप ऑफ दी अकॉर्डिंग टू द नेचर. सो यहाँ पे हमारा कौन सा हो जाएगा? स्पेसिफिक. स्पेसिफिक इज द टाइप ऑफ द एंड्योरेंस अकॉर्डिंग टू द नेचर ऑफ द एक्टिविटी. स्पीड, एंड्योरेंस, शॉर्ट टर्म, ऑल आर द पार्ट ऑफ द ड्यूरेशन एंड ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द एक्टिविटी. ओके, क्वेश्चन नंबर 19 में हमें यहाँ पे क्या करना था? द स्पोर्ट्स दैट रिक्वायर्ड एथलीट टू मेंटेन अ स्पेसिफिक वे टू परफॉर्म वेल एट हाई रिस्क ऑफ डेवलपिंग ईटिंग डिसऑर्डर. सो बेसिकली यहाँ पे आपको बुलिमिया नर्वोसा एंड एरोक्सिया नर्वोसा के बारे में आप यहाँ पे आप उनके बारे में लिख सकते हैं कि वाई एथलीट्स आर डूइंग द सच काइंड ऑफ द एक्टिविटीज. 4 बेनिफिट्स ऑफ नाड़ी शोधन प्राणायाम. सो नाड़ी शोधन का मीनिंग होता है वी कैन ऑल्सो से दी अनुलोम विलोम. सो उसके रेफरेंस में जो आंसर आप यहाँ पे बेनिफिट कुछ भी लिखेंगे हाइपरटेंशन, डायबिटीज में ठीक करने के लिए. सो दिस इज राइट आंसर. रोल ऑफ फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर इन प्रमोटिंग इंक्लूजन इन स्पोर्ट्स. सो दिस क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम चैप्टर नंबर 4. यहाँ पे कंप्लीट हमारा टॉपिक है. सो कि फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर का इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन डिसेबिलिटी स्पोर्ट्स को प्रमोट करने के लिए क्या रोल यहाँ पे रहेगा. Explain the procedure of any one strength test of Sai Khelo India test for 9 to 18. So 9 to 18 स्ट्रेंथ के लिए हमारे पास में दो टेस्ट होते हैं. वन इज पार्शियल कर्ल अप फॉर द एब्डोमिनल स्ट्रेंथ एंड सेकंड वन इज द पुशअप or modified push-up for the girls. So out of that you can write anyone. Question number 23. In the examples, which of the Newton law of motion will be applied? Justify your answer. So when a swimmer pushes the water backward, it means that is action हो रहा है उसका reaction. So Newton third law. When a cricket and tennis ball are thrown with the same force and the tennis ball move with a great acceleration and the force, that term we are using in the न्यूटन सेकेंड लॉ, जहाँ पे हम लिखते हैं F इक्वल टू एम ए. एक्सलरेशन इज डायरेक्टली proportional to force and inversely proportional to the mass. This is from chapter number 10, जहाँ पे हम टैलेंट ट्रांसफ़र, टैलेंट आइडेंटिफिकेशन, टैलेंट डिटेक्शन वाले जो क्वेश्चंस को एक पूरा प्रॉपर CBSE बुक में यहाँ पे गिवन है. 5 स्टेप्स यहाँ पे गिवन है. सो आउट ऑफ दैट यू कैन राइट इट डाउन. Next one is section C. Compare the contrast and the intramural and the extramural tournament. Intramural tournament are the tournament which are conducted within the same organization. Extramural the outside the organization. Example of intramural, inter-house. Extramural tournament, inter-school competition. In next one, the physical activities in accordance with the World Health Organization guideline for the adult age 65 and above. So in that you can also mention the duration, the minimum duration with the moderate, that is 150 to 300 minutes week and 75 to 150 minutes in a week, as with the higher intensity aerobic exercise, strength exercise, balance exercises you can include. Enlist the asanas for obesity. The very simple question, if you know the acronym, हमने acronym आपको बताया था. obesity का सबसे पहला था पापा साधु. So out of that you can explain any one asanas. Papa, that Paschimottanasana, Pawanmuktasana, Surya Bhedan, Ardha Dhanurasana, Halasan, Ustrasan. Next one is Prashant began vomiting after lunch. He was promptly taken the nearby doctor who diagnosed him with the food intolerance. So food intolerance, the types of food, that question is related to the chapter number 5, where that is food allergy and the food intolerance is mentioned. Those person who have the absence of the enzyme, due to that the person is suffering from the food intolerance. Physiological changes occur due to aging. This same question is repeated from the last year paper also, जहाँ पे आपको यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन करना होता है कि जब एज किसी पर्सन की इंक्रीज होती है क्या क्या उसके बॉडी में चेंजेस आते हैं. न्यूरल चेंजेस, हार्मोनल चेंजेस, स्ट्रेंथ रिड्यूस हो जाएगी, ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस, बोन डेंसिटी रिड्यूस, दिस काइंड. Last time this question is 5 marker. This time asked in the 3. What is that? Trajectory of a projectile. So trajectory is the path followed by the object. Projectile किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को एयर के अंदर रिलीज करना, दैट इज प्रोजेक्टाइल. देयर आर मैनी फैक्टर्स विच अफेक्ट द प्रोजेक्टाइल, लाइक स्पिन फैक्टर, एंगल ऑफ रिलीज फैक्टर, एंगल ऑफ रिलीज, weight, mass, you can say. So these are the factors which affect the projectile. Okay, now we start with the section number D. This is the most important, where the student have the maximum chance to detect the marks. So let's see. So question number 1, so we already prepared the fixture. Okay, so complete this one. So based on the above fixture, on your previous knowledge, you have to answer the, so in which round the match between number 4 and 3 teams will be held. So in this you can clearly see 4 and 3 will be played in the first round. So you can write it down in the first round. Now next question is, how many rounds will be there in a tournament? So for this there is a formula. When you have the odd number of team, so number of round formula is equal to number of team. So 7 number of team means 7 is the right answer. In which round team number 2 will get a bye? So 2. So you can see in round number 6, 2 will get the bye. So you can write it down, round number 2. How many matches will be played in the above fixture? So if the double leg is not mentioned, so you have to apply the formula n minus 1 divided by 2 for the single leg. So 7 6 are 42, 42 divided by 2 means 21. So 21 means A is the right answer. The other name for a league tournament is round robin tournament, or sometimes we call it Berger tournament. This is VI question, we skip this. Question number 32. Rohan, a 16-year-old student, got injured after colliding with a Sachin during a football match. He was having the unbearable pain in his ankle and was swollen. The cause noticed a collection of blood outside the blood vessel on the Sachin forehead. So, like in this case, there are two scenarios are there. One is related to Rohan, one is related to the Sachin. So, he immediately gave his first aid to both, rushed them to the hospital. So, according to that situation, we have to answer. The first question related to the Rohan. What type of injury did Rohan suffer? So, Rohan को क्या हुआ था? Unbearable pain in his ankles. So that ankle sprain हम word use करते हैं. Okay, ankle sprain. So this simply answer ligament tear, that is sprain. Sachin. So Sachin क्या हुआ था? Collection of the blood outside the blood vessel. So this one फ्रैक्चर बोन इंजरी. इन दोनों में यहाँ पे ब्लड बाहर आ जाता है, लेकिन ब्लड सिर्फ ब्लड वेसल की बाहर आता है, दैट इज कॉन्ट्यूशन. If Sachin suffered abrasion during the injury, which of the following symptoms would have been? In abrasion, जो हमारी upper most layer होती है, that will be rub out. So option B is the right answer of this. Fracture is soft bone in which the bone band is known as. So this question we already did many times. So this one is soft bone, जो बेसिकली बच्चों की होती है और बच्चों में बोन टूटती नहीं है, वो दैट विल बी बैंड. दिस इज नोन एज द ग्रीन स्टिक फ्रैक्चर. In question number 17, so first just read this. So what type of challenges Akriti is facing? So 17-year-old Akriti student in grade 12, she is a deaf and they mute by the birth. So basically को क्या है? Deaf and mute. She communicate through the lip movement and the gesture and understand others through the same. She has the only one friend in the class, Raghav. The other class student in the class hesitate to talk and play with her. Whenever there is a team activity in the class, no one except Raghav is willing to include her in team. As a result, Akriti feel isolated and they alone in this class. Raghav approached their physical education teacher Sarita about the issue. Sarita gave him some suggestion on the Akriti can be included in the class through physical activities and how can be she made to be feel more integrated. So based on this scenario, we have to answer what type of challenge Akriti is facing. So basically उसको किससे issue था? Deaf and the mute. So that is means hearing and the speech impaired she has. So option number A is the B is the right one. Why does Akriti feel isolated in her physical activity class? Because कोई उससे बात करता नहीं था, कोई से interact नहीं करता. Only Raghav will talk to her. So option number C is the right one because other student hesitate to interact with her. Which of the following is the key principle of inclusive physical education? In the last line, it is also mentioned can be included in the class through physical activities and how can be made to be feel more integrated. So it means that is key principle of option number B is the right one. What strategy can be used to facilitate communication with the Akriti during physical activities? So by the using the sign language or the gestures we can communicate. Next one is how physical activities can be made inclusive to meet Akriti's need. By giving the physical activity, we can providing training in the comfortable and the emotionally secure environment. So she will be more confident about self. Okay. Last is section E. Differentiate between scoliosis and lordosis. This question is divided into two portions. Number one is differentiate between scoliosis and the lordosis. Then question is asked about the corrective measure for the knock knees and the flat foot. It means from chapter number 2, 4 possible deformities are mentioned there. In the knock knees, you can mention about the you can put the pillow between your knees or do the horse riding. And the flat foot, you can do the skipping rope and all. Scoliosis, that is S-shaped curvature. Lordosis in the lumbar region के ऊपर जो deformity होती है, that is related to the lordosis. Question number 35, that is about the strength flexibility for the lower body and his grandfather. So that question थोड़ा सा घुमा के पूछा है स्टोरी के थ्रू. दिस क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू द रिकली एंड जोन्स सीनियर सिटीजन फिटनेस टेस्ट. सो इन दैट लोअर बॉडी स्ट्रेंथ के लिए हम कंडक्ट करते हैं चेयर स्टैंड टेस्ट, एंड लोअर बॉडी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी की हम करते हैं चेयर सिट एंड ब्रिज. सो आपको उसके बारे में कंप्लीट यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेनेशन आपको यहाँ पे करना होता है. What do you understand by the motivation? So motivation means mover, आगे चलना. So it's a kind of the desired energy जिसकी वजह से हम कोई भी टास्क कंप्लीट करते हैं. So there are the four technique that we are approaching in this, that is cognitive approach, facilitation approach, pedagogical approach, social support. So these are the four motivational technique that we are used by the player. What is speed? Speed is to cover the maximum distance in the shortest time. Methods to develop speed is the only two method: acceleration run, and the pace run. Okay, so this is the complete answer key of this paper. I hope so you did paper well and you rock it. So if you have the still any query, so we have to wait for the official CBSE answer key. Okay, so all the best and do good in your next paper. Thank you so much.